Hello, my dear friends. A very warm welcome to my podcast W5. Hope you all are doing well, and now everyone will run and will have fun like before, because now from 2nd April all the COVID restrictions are lifted up. Friends, there were many health workers who have performed their duties well during this COVID period for well-being of society, and we have also appreciated them. But friends, there was a time when people were not appreciated for noble cause, but yet they used to perform their duties selflessly without expectations, considering it their moral responsibility. And today we have such people, very few, countable on fingers. But when I take a look in 18th and 19th century, I find a big number. And so friends, our today's wow woman is the first lady surgeon, practicing doctor, a person fought for liberty and consent of women, Dr. Rukhmabai Janardhan Save, Dr. Rukhmabai Raut. Save was her biological father and Raut was her stepfather, but father who stepped in her life and supported her till end. So buddies, round of applause for this extraordinary, talented wow woman, Dr. Rukhmabai Save Raut. Rukhmabai was born in 1864, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Rukhmabai's mother, Jayanti Bai, became widow at tender age of 17 years, and hence she was remarried by her father to Dr. Sakharam Arjun Raut, a renowned professor of botany, who accepted Rukhmabai as his daughter. Rukhmabai's this family background had a vital role in the development of her personality. Her grandfather, Harishchandra Yadavji, and Dr. Sakharam were two pillars of support to her. These two were prominent figures in the society as well as among the English people. Rukhmabai got special treatment in both the circles of her outspokenness and toughness. She was rushed by Lady Governor and Lady Justice and invited for tea party because of her thoughts, and thus she was directly exposed to English people, which helped her in becoming more bold and also helped her in learn English. As per the prevalent practice of that time, she got married at the age of 9 to Dadaji Bhikaji Thakur. But her father, Dr. Sakharam, didn't wanted her to become mother at tender age. So after marriage also, in order to educate her, he didn't send her to father-in-law's house, and she kept her with him, and she wanted that she should continue her education. Now, while she was doing her education and achieved a lot, now after 12 years of marriage, the time had come that she had to give a big struggle for her marriage. Now, her husband, who after losing money in gambling and betting, discovered that his wife Rukhmabai can be source of income to him. So he asked her to live with him, but she was exposed to liberty and consent terms while in contact with English people. So knowing he is interested not in her, he is not interested in Rukhmabai, but he is only interested in her money. She refused to go to his house. Nevertheless, she does not want to live with an unemployed gambler person. Dadaji, finding that she refuses to come to his house, moved to court for his justice, who believed that he should get the justice. In 1884, he moved to court asking his wife's restitution of conjugal rights, but she refused, saying a woman cannot be compelled to stay in wedlock when she is not interested. British law was meant to give the judgment, and they gave judgment that Rukhmabai was married at innocent age when she didn't knew anything, and she now, if refusing, cannot be compelled or forced to live with Dadaji. So judgment was in her favor. Noting this, the case was again put forth in court in 1886 by Dadaji, appointing Firoz Shah Mehta as his advocate. Now, this case became a prestigious case. It drew attention of different parts of societies, as Rukhmabai was the first Hindu woman to challenge the notion of custom of marriage and not accepting it as sacred practice but refusing it, understanding the need of bride's consent. The society did not accept her notion, mentioning law does not respect Hindu rituals and customs. This case got attention of people in India as well as England. The verdict was given, and this time the verdict was given in favor of Dadaji, asking her to move with her husband or spend 6 months in jail. But to surprise of all, Rukhmabai accepted going in jail. And like खामोशियों की तह में छुपा लो उलझने, खामोशियों की तह में छुपा लो उलझने, शोर से मुश्किलें आसान नहीं होती. But she didn't stop her struggle. She wrote letter to Queen Victoria for help and seeked her help, stating, "Man before the age of 20 and girl before the age of 15 shall not be considered legal for marriage in the eyes of law." The Queen, after reading her letter, helped her and overruled the verdict and dissolved the marriage. And Dadaji also accepted it, as he got compensation of a big, huge amount of rupees 2000, which was finalized by a special committee. And anyway, he was interested in money, so he got settled. And thus, with her capacity to take challenges and a long-term vision, the Age of Consent Act 1891 was passed, which made child marriages illegal across the British rule. So, she can be called as Mother of Consent Act, and her act to give freedom and liberty to girl child from unbearable responsibilities at younger age, in spite of difficult customs and rules at that time. Agitation was there from our own leaders like Tilak, who were against her. She stood alone and fought for liberty and consent, a true wow woman whose struggle has given us chance to become independent. A conflicting storm in Rukhmabai's life subsided. Half her life was spent struggling with life. Now, a new season was about to begin. After all this, Rukhmabai put aside her past and focused on her further education. Her name was known to many women in England because of her struggling life. A woman from there, Dr. Edith Peachy Flipson, promised Rukhmabai financial support for her medical education in England, and Lady McLaren said she would arrange for her stay at home. While doing this podcast, my belief on this line is increasing day by day. God helps those who help themselves, because it is like this. अच्छे लोगों की भगवान परीक्षा बहुत लेता है, अच्छे लोगों की भगवान परीक्षा बहुत लेता है, लेकिन साथ नहीं छोड़ता. बुरे लोगों को भगवान बहुत कुछ देता है, बुरे लोगों को भगवान बहुत कुछ देता है, लेकिन साथ नहीं देता. So, after moving to England, Rukhmabai completed the required subject in just 4 months to get admission in the medical college, and in 1890 she joined London School of Medicine for Women. She used to wear a long-sleeved blouse, a white sari, and a large kumkum on her forehead became her unique identity. After passing her first and second examination, she was admitted to Royal Hospital for practical training, where she studied autopsy anesthesia. She completed a course in midwifery and gynecology at Rotondo Hospital in Dublin. She also studied dentistry at National Dental Hospital. She also got honours in examination at London College of Medicine in the subject surgery in childbirth. After studying various subjects, she passed her last examination of medical in 1894. But University of London did not have authority to award medical degree. So it didn't happen that she got frustrated or exhausted. Rather, she admitted herself to Joint Board of College of Physicians and Surgeons of Edinburgh for next examination and passed with flying colors, and next to her name she had MD and LRCP and S. LRCP and S stood for Licentiate of Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons. She returned to India in 1894 under the name Dr. Rukhmabai Sakharam Raut. She started her medical career at Kama Hospital, where she was surgeon. Later, she moved to Gujarat. She was instrumental in the outbreak of plague in Surat in 1896. Noticing this, government gave her honor of English Hind. She contributed in medical field as well as social work. After retiring from medical field in 1917, she undertook the task of eradicating superstition among women. She also established ashram Vanita for widows. In 1932, she opened Gaon Devi Temple for untouchables. She organized health lecture for prostitutes in Kamthipura. She didn't marry again and spent her life selfless for others. In 1918, she was awarded Medal of Honor by Red Cross. But yes, her Consent and Liberty Act were remarkable boon she gave to women. So she will be remembered for generation to come for her deeds. Salute to Rukhmabai, a winning woman. An unbroken flame of energy extinguished on 25 December 1955. But her fight is ideal for women of all time. इत्तर से कपड़ों को महकाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. इत्तर से कपड़ों को महकाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. मजा तो तब है जब आपके किरदार से खुशबू आए. So meet you tomorrow with next wow woman. Till then, keep smiling, be happy. Bye bye.